the unlikely philosopher. What if I told you that one of the most profound philosophers of antiquity didn't start as a scholar or an aristocrat? Instead, he was a humble laborer, a water carrier by trade. His name was Cleanthes, and his journey is nothing short of extraordinary. Cleanthes began his life on the fringes of society, working tirelessly to survive. But despite his poverty, he refused to be confined by his circumstances. He found his calling in philosophy, and through sheer grit, determination, and wisdom, he rose to lead the Stoic school, one of the most influential schools of thought in human history. But how did he do it? How did Cleanthes transform himself from a penniless worker into the successor of Zeno, the father of Stoicism? Today, we're diving into his remarkable story, uncovering the lessons he left behind and exploring why his legacy still resonates with us over 2,000 years later. Stay with me, because this story is as inspiring as it is surprising, and it might just change how you think about overcoming challenges in your own life. The humble beginnings. Let's travel back to the city of Assos in Asia Minor around 330 BCE. Cleanthes was born into obscurity, and little is known about his early life. What we do know is that by the time he arrived in Athens, he was destitute, carrying nothing but his physical strength and an insatiable curiosity. In Athens, Cleanthes took up work as a water carrier, earning just enough to keep himself fed. During this time, he encountered the teachings of Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoicism. Imagine the scene. Cleanthes, a rough-handed laborer, standing among Athens' intellectual elite, utterly captivated by Zeno's words about reason, nature, and the universe's divine order. But Cleanthes didn't just listen, he acted. Determined to study under Zeno, he balanced his labor-intensive job with his philosophical pursuits. He worked during the day, hauling heavy loads of water, and spent his nights transcribing Zeno's teachings. Paper was expensive, so he improvised, using whatever scraps he could find. And when money for oil lamps ran out, he wrote by the light of the moon. The Athenians were skeptical of this philosopher water carrier. They mocked him for aspiring to join the intellectual elite. But Cleanthes wasn't bothered. When brought before the magistrates on charges of idleness, he simply presented the calluses on his hands as evidence of his hard work. This story isn't just amusing, it's emblematic of Cleanthes' philosophy. Actions speak louder than words. Devotion to philosophy. Cleanthes' life as a student of philosophy wasn't just challenging, it was grueling. Zeno demanded discipline and rigor from his students, and Cleanthes thrived under this mentorship. Zeno saw something special in him, recognizing not just his work ethic, but also his ability to distill complex ideas into simple, actionable principles. One story highlights Cleanthes' unwavering dedication. As the story goes, Cleanthes once worked so hard hauling water that he fell asleep during a lecture. Instead of reprimanding him, Zeno praised him, saying, "Cleanthes carries philosophy on his shoulders." Cleanthes also had a unique way of responding to criticism. When others doubted his intelligence, he responded not with words, but with results. Over time, he became Zeno's most trusted disciple, earning the respect of even his harshest critics. Despite his hardships, Cleanthes never wavered in his commitment. For him, philosophy wasn't about fame or fortune. It was about living in accordance with nature and cultivating inner peace. These were not just abstract ideas to him, they were a way of life. Philosophical contributions. Cleanthes' contributions to Stoic philosophy are profound. While much of his work has been lost to history, the fragments that remain reveal a man deeply committed to the Stoic ideals of self-discipline, resilience, and harmony with nature. One of his most enduring legacies is the Hymn to Zeus. Far from being just a poem, this work is a philosophical masterpiece. In it, Cleanthes celebrates Zeus not just as a deity, but as a symbol of the universe's rational order. He writes about embracing life's difficulties as opportunities for growth, a principle that remains central to Stoic thought. Cleanthes also emphasized the idea that human beings are part of a greater whole, a cosmos governed by reason and natural law. He believed that by aligning ourselves with this universal order, we could achieve true contentment. But Cleanthes wasn't just a thinker, he was a teacher. As the second head of the Stoic school, he nurtured a generation of philosophers, including Chrysippus, who would go on to systematize Stoic philosophy. Cleanthes may not have written as extensively as his successor, but without his guidance, Stoicism might never have reached the heights it did. Legacy and influence. Cleanthes' story is a testament to the transformative power of perseverance and philosophy. He wasn't born into privilege, nor did he stumble upon success by chance. Instead, he earned his place in history through sheer effort, resilience, and a steadfast belief in the pursuit of wisdom. His influence on Stoicism is immeasurable. By passing the torch to Chrysippus, he ensured that the Stoic school would continue to thrive, eventually shaping the ideas of great thinkers like Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius. But perhaps Cleanthes' greatest legacy is the example he set. His life is a reminder that greatness isn't reserved for the wealthy or the well-connected. It's something that anyone can achieve through determination and integrity. Even today, Cleanthes' teachings resonate. In a world filled with distractions and challenges, his emphasis on living in harmony with nature and cultivating inner strength offers a roadmap for a meaningful life. Cleanthes' life is a story of grit, humility, and the relentless pursuit of wisdom. He rose from poverty to become a leader of one of history's most influential philosophical schools, leaving behind a legacy that continues to inspire. So what lessons can we take from Cleanthes? Perhaps it's the idea that greatness isn't about where you start, it's about the choices you make. Or maybe it's his reminder that even in the face of hardship, we can find meaning and purpose by living in harmony with the world around us. If you found Cleanthes' story as inspiring as I did, hit that like button, share this video with a friend, and subscribe to the channel for more stories of history's unsung heroes. Let us know in the comments, which philosopher should we explore next? Thanks for watching, and remember, wisdom is for everyone who seeks it.